The Marvel Cinematic Universe will soon have a new captain, but it won't be Steve Rogers' best pal, Bucky Barnes. And Sebastian Stan, who has portrayed Bucky in the MCU since 2011's Captain America: The First Avenger, has revealed the reason why. The actor spoke with a Hollywood Reporter about the evolution of his character and opened up about why Steve Rogers chose to give his shield to Sam Wilson rather than to Bucky at the conclusion of Avengers Endgame. For context, both Sam and Bucky have donned the Captain America moniker in the Marvel Comics, and many felt Bucky was more deserving than Sam to receive the shield within the MCU. When Sam was presented with Cap's shield, he was at first reluctant to take it, but a solemn and approving nod from Bucky was all it took to clue the audience in to the fact that the Winter Soldier knew Steve had made the right choice. In his chat with THR, Stan gave his take on the moment and also clarified a plot point that fans have squabbed over since Endgame's release. Steve didn't just want a normal life for himself, he wanted one for Bucky too.
Because I'm with you to the end of the line.
Bucky and Sam might have been Cap's two best buddies, but only Bucky knew what it was like to be a man out of his time, displaced from the era in which he belonged, bent to the will of others, and forced into the exact opposite of a normal existence. Stan explained to THR that Cap understood Bucky had also lost anything resembling the life he might have had when he was rescued from certain death, and engineered by Hydra to be a perfect, ageless weapon. As Stan tells it, that was, at least partially, the reason Steve gave the shield to Sam instead of his oldest friend. He didn't want to burden Bucky with it. He explained, "Where we arrived with Bucky at the end felt more like he was in a place with a desire for some sort of release, to start over, start life again in a way, find out who he is again on his own, and leave all this behind. So what felt like a desire there was for a restart, for him and for Steve in a way. It didn't necessarily feel like the shield was gonna be that." Stan went on to explain that in not handing Bucky the shield, Steve was suggesting that Bucky too could have a do-over. He said, "Steve is saying to Bucky, you're going to go and live a normal life too. I'm not going to put this thing on you." So that's where I felt they were at the end of the movie. I don't think there's a desire or any conflicting thoughts about taking on that mantle. Sam, to me, was always a clear man to take on that mantle for numerous reasons. Fans have always been a bit confused about Bucky's apparent lack of surprise when Steve failed to return after blasting off into the past with the Infinity Stones. But as far as Stan is concerned, it was pretty much a given that Bucky knew exactly what Cap's plan was. The actor said, "That scene was saying so much with subtext. It's just the knowledge that these guys have always known each other's moves, so to speak. They knew each other so well that they could say, okay, I know what he's going to do, what decisions he's going to make, and I support that. Yeah, it's just what it was." Stan went on to clarify that he played the final scene before Cap goes back in time as a goodbye, and suggested that Bucky didn't say anything for one simple reason. "I know he's going, and he's not going to come back. I can't talk about it because if I do, then they're going to try and stop him from doing what he wants to do." Upon rewatching the scene, this is all pretty clear, because Stan is great at understanding emotions and understands that his character is a man of few words. He explained, "Look, I love a good scene with dialogue, but sometimes I find it really interesting when there's not a lot said. And funnily enough, it's also been the trademark of Bucky." Marvelites can see Bucky and Sam, the new owner of the Captain America shield, in action when The Falcon and the Winter Soldier premieres on Disney Plus later in 2020. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the bell so you don't miss a single one.